Hello people, I really want to do this video. I just got in contact with Bandai and everything else. I had a problem with an SH Monster Arts figure, Godzilla -1. Yeah, like I got sent a defect figure, like a damaged figure when it was delivered, and it just seems like Bandai is not going to help me. It seems like the dude who gave me the figure is not going to help me either, because I've been really exposing him for ripping me off and everything else, practically stealing money off me and everything else. I practically do know how much I did pay for the American shipment to get my Mega King Ghidorah figure to get sent out to my location, and it was not sent out because he didn't really send the figure out to by up delivery service. He got it sent by American Post, pretty much a corrupt postage service over there. I wish I can report the thing stolen or lost to American Post, because I couldn't even get in contact with them. I tried to get in contact with them on email and everything else. This is the thing is, right, with American Post, they don't even get in contact with you. If you pay for a shipment delivery, right, by them, and they meant to send your figure out or package, whatever, they're meant to contact you and report on the incident to you and everything else. And not just that too, I'm even thinking of going so far to actually get him investigated to Awesome Collectors, because he practically ripped me and my mother off, not giving me my pre-order money back. And I would know for a fact that how much I did pay for the Mega King Ghidorah figure. I actually paid for that thing to get shipped. I think it was like $200 and something to get it shipped down here. And I would have thought he would have, I would have thought he would have, gave me all my rest of my money back and my mum money back too, because what I actually did specifically said to him when I was messaging him on his messenger on Facebook and everything else, I said, if you don't have enough, use some of the figures to pay on top of the shipment for the up delivery service, and pay me and refund me all my money back from all the SH Monster Arts figures I was meant to practically fucking buy from him. And not just that too, I heard a lot of bad things about him too. I'm a bit of a gossip magnet like my mum, but I do it in a very, very quiet way. Find him out in the internet, on websites and shit. And I heard a lot of bad things about him, and how he rips off people, how he's very rude, and how he doesn't get in contact with people like a couple of months or a few months later down the line and everything else. He's not really that professional, The only one way you can actually get him to really actually talk to you is to kind of basically, I'm being really truthful, practically harass him more or less. Not in a bad way, in a good way. Just give him messages after messages and after messages till he gets the point, what the fuck is going on, more or less. And he practically eventually just answers you. Yeah, and I've been dealing with a bit of a problem on him. Like, him ripping me off. Like all the pre-order money. He thinks he can just take all my money and just like steal my money off me, you know, and especially from my mum too, because she gave me money for like doing work for her and everything else. And yeah, like, it's a fucking joke. It's literally a joke, and it's like, and especially when I got an SH Monster Arts figure, when one of its dorsal plates were actually damaged. I did got in contact with Bandai, and I actually did said this to them, specifically, I did brought a figure from you guys for a long time. I did buy figures from you for a long time. Like, I've been a loyal customer since my very first SH Monster figure I actually did brought was Godzilla 2014. That's how long I've been a loyal customer to Bandai for, and this is the way how they treat me. Oh, we can't help you with this. Like, and I said, why can't you? Because it's just it's not my fault. Like, your people didn't took care and proper respect for my figure I brought, and not like, and have like, special stuff to keep the dorsal plates protected, and not just that too. Like, I made a video on it, like my unboxing video, talking about my SH Monster Arts Godzilla -1 having a chipped dorsal plate. You do see me looking around in the box for it in the video, and I try to find it. It was not even there. I don't know. It was like, I don't know, a disgruntled employee, and it looked like someone snipped it like with a pair of scissors, And I couldn't even find it. I couldn't even fucking find the figure. The piece of dorsal plate. And if I did found that piece of dorsal plate, I would have proudly glued that on top of there. Because now it's a bit of an eyesore of a figure now, because I get really annoyed with little things like that. If a figure's damaged, I get really annoyed with things like that. And not just that too, and I'm calling out fucking Bandai for actually releasing me a defected item, because Bluefin, whatever they're called, for giving me a figure like that. Like, I don't understand how yous can, people pay so much money, right? Pay so much money for detail and quality from yous guys, and you can't even promise what the picture shows us. And especially all these Godzilla X Kong figures coming out, like Shimu and all that. Like Shimu and Scar King and all that, they look pretty shit. Like, and you're expecting to pay so much money just to buy these figures? Like, I don't even fucking understand that. Like with Shimu, like, telling you the truth, right, with that figure should have been cost about like $100 or $90 or $70, and I think it's bullshit. They're actually going to release it for that much money when it's not really high quality and good detail. Like, they should be ashamed of themselves, like, even sending that figure out in that certain condition. And I think it's quite a fucking joke. They should, hold it back a little bit, and do a bit of detail onto it, change the face sculpt, and change its dorsal plates in a way where it looks really accurate to the fucking movie, especially with Scar King. It doesn't even look like Scar King. It looks like a different fucking ape from a different movie. It's not Scar King, and I do remember Scar King has a more bigger mouth and everything else, and the details all wrong with Scar King and everything else. Like, and the thing is, and I even proudly did said to him, and I sent emails to Bluefin, Bandai, like, if you're not going to help me, right, if you're not going to help me with this problem, I am never ever ever buying any Godzilla figures from you ever fucking again. Like, I'm fucking done, more or less. I'm practically fucking done. I'm done with, like, you know, buying figures from them now, because, like, I don't know if they're, like, I'm even having a problem with Godzilla 1991. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good figure, but the ball joint on the mouthpiece actually fell off, and I can't even get the damn thing fucking on. Like, it's like, I even had problems with when I got Godzilla 2019. The tail keeps falling off every time I bend it. You know, you're meant to, like, bend it in a certain way. I'm not aggressive with my figures. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm very gentle with my collection and everything else, with all my Godzilla collection. Like, I bend the tail this much and it popped off. And what I have to actually do, right, I have to get a glue gun, right, and put a thing where it will grip onto the ball joint. Like, I have to make it like a, I'll show you in a future video one day, you know, because, like, what I did with 2019 Godzilla, and I did have a lot of problems with that figure too. And I had a lot of problems with Shin Godzilla, you know, when he's full form, you know, and, like, the tail keeps popping off every time, because the weight of that tail is, that's the thing is, SH Monster Art Shin Godzilla is a very heavy figure, and especially what makes the weight of that figure is the actual tail itself. I think if they would have just, like, removed the weight from the tail won't pop off as much, right? And I did have one issue, and the biggest, this is not me too, who had this problem, right? My friend Gojira actually had the same fucking problem with 2019 King Ghidorah. Shit was actually popping, like, all the ball joints on the figure were so shit on that figure. The first one, I do have the gold one, the gold version. That one is pristine good. At least ball joints don't fucking pop off on that one. But the original one, what we got from the 2019 Godzilla movie, was the original Godzilla King of the Monsters King Ghidorah figure, like what we got, was absolutely garbage. And they promoted it. You know, like on their when they showed it off, like, I don't know where it was, like at Comic-Con, whatever, I don't know the place, the convention. They showed it as this pristine, detailed figure, and when I actually got it in my hand, it was not even a detailed fucking figure. It was not even a detailed figure. And I watching my friend Gojira on his YouTube channel just trying to fucking put the thing together. It's just like, every time he was just, like, trying to put the thing together, it was just, like, falling apart on his hand. Like, it was, like, falling apart. Like, it's such a for a big figure, for a big overpriced figure, it shouldn't be that it shouldn't be that fragile. It should have had a lot of quality and detail and a lot of good structure on the figure where it can actually stand up on its own. You know, it would, like, I would have believed they would have used, like, some certain tight ball joints to keep the wings not as heavy. They should have used some other material for the wings or something, because, man, it's that is another heavy figure too, because it's really heavy on the wings. And like the figure itself is completely dog shit garbage. They should have released it with the gold version in that quality, because the gold version is a lot more better, and the original version of King Ghidorah in 2019, like that's the thing with SH Monster Arts. Like, you are expecting to pay this much to them, but they're not giving you the actual quality of the figure, and it's not a guarantee you got a good product from them. It's not a 100% guarantee. And I even had my first Godzilla figure, I had problems from the start. It was Godzilla Final Wars. I had a lot of problems with that figure too. I had a lot of fucking problems with that figure, because I had a lot of problems with that figure too. Yeah, sorry, I have to do something. Yeah, like, I even had a lot of problems with that figure from the start. It was like going back to SH Monster Arts King Ghidorah 2019 again. Shit on that figure was not put together right. It was not put together right. Like, I'm telling you right now, that figure was like fucking falling apart. Like if you bend it in a certain way or turn it in a certain way, that piece would just fall off. The leg was falling off. The torso was falling off. The tail was falling off. The head was falling off. Like Bandai, like, what the fuck are you giving me? Like a fucking defected item? Like, did you put any care to this? Like, tighten the ball joints on the fucking damn thing? And not just that too. With the 2019 Godzilla movie, right? They should have took more care and detailed care for Mothra and Rodan, because I even proudly admitted Rodan looks like a piece of beef jerky. He didn't look like in the movie. Like, you didn't see all the lava, like, you know, lava coming off him, like from his wings and all over his body in certain parts. Like, it's like a trash bomb, man. Like with that line, like, I didn't really make that much complaints about Mothra that much, but I'm gonna put that in there too. They should have made the body of Mothra a little bit bigger, made the wings a little bit bigger too, with more detail on her, and especially the quality of her, that make her a bit more better and more detailed in a way, because I think it was with the SH Monster Arts line for the King of the Monsters movie, it was shit. I had a lot of fucking problems with their figures during that time. And not just that too, it's sad to say, right? It's really sad to actually do say. I'm a big fan of Biollante, and my friend Gojira, right, gave me a, you know, for Christmas, Godzilla versus Biollante. And the thing is, right, with that figure too, I didn't really make that much complaints about it, because I always do want to, but I paid like nearly $500 fucking damn dollars for that figure to be pristine. You know, it doesn't have any issues like ball joints popping off. Another scenario again, like with King Ghidorah. Shit was popping off of her too, like the headpiece, her vines. They were just all popping off. Like the detail, don't get me wrong, the detail and the paint job and everything else on that figure was pristine, but like the defect of it not being put together where it would just stay the way it was, it's not good. Like, all ball joints are just popping, pieces of her limbs are popping off. Like, same with all these other SH Monster Arts figures. This is the thing is, if SH Monster Arts is going to keep doing this kinds of shit, right, and not paying a lot more care to their figures, right, and not just that too, with their overpricing, when people forking these people out money, and I'm really calling you guys out in Japan. Like, I'm really calling you guys out. Like, I don't really like the quality of what I'm actually getting with all these Godzilla figures, especially from Bandai and everything else, and Bluefin and everything else. Like, I'm not really happy. I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied what I'm actually getting when I'm getting. And this is why I'm even thinking going in the direction of higher toys soon, because they're a lot more cheaper and more affordable. And I actually heard a lot of good stories about higher toys, and higher toys are pretty, you know, good quality. And not just that too, even 2019 Godzilla didn't have that much quality to it, like with the detail. Like, I wanted to see it like where it's like on the movie, you know, like Godzilla is like, you know, Godzilla has a bit of a brown, like, you know, he's like brown. Like, if you see him in daytime scenes, Godzilla's actually brown. He's not black. Like, you know, they should have just made him like the way he was. Like, my SH Monster Arts figure of Godzilla from 2019, he's practically black. I wish I got like a proper color palette for that one. Like, and not just that too, like the detail on Monster X was pretty shit. Like, I practically paid like nearly $100 for that figure. And not just that too, Gigan too. That is a great detail figure, like from Final Wars. Like, that is a great detail figure, but the problem with that figure, I'm dealing with the exact same problem with King Ghidorah again. Pieces just pop off. Pieces can't stay on in place very well. And you expect me to keep forking my fucking money out when you're not, you know, putting great quality and structure on your fucking figures. It's just like, it's shit. It's mind-bogglingly shit. Like, I don't know how people can just like fucking spend their good earned money on these shitty items. I'm not saying all of them were shitty. The only good figures I actually did got from Bandai was practically, it never actually fell apart, was Godzilla Earth from the Planet of the Monster series, 1954, 1989, and yeah, like, they're the only fucking good figures I actually do got there, have great quality to them. Like, not all these other figures I'm actually getting from them. Oh no, wait. Mega Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Kong. And Kong from that one too. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Other figures, they're good in quality and everything else. Yeah, they were good figures. They were good figures. At least when you pose them in certain parts like of their body, like pose them in a certain way, and you know they're not going to fucking fall apart. Like, I can hold one of them figures any day. Like, I can't even hold my first issue of King Ghidorah from 2019, the original one, because I'm afraid it's going to fall apart. And not just that too, and this is the thing is, I actually did have to super glue some of the joints on King Ghidorah on that one, because just pieces was just falling off. The wings were, like, even when you plug the wings together, they were loose. They were actually literally coming off when I was like shaking it just like that. Like shaking it like that. Not even hard. Things was just falling apart when I was like shaking it that hard. And yeah, like I'm just really just calling out SH Monster Arts, Bandai and Bluefin and everything else, and Tamashi Nation and everything else. Like, for you sending these figures out in these quality, in these conditions, and these, you know, giving us defected, you know, figures, and not promising us what we see on the advertisement and everything else, like, I think it's a very fucking corrupt scam system what yous are actually creating with your figures. I think it's a fucking scam. I think it's a fucking very corrupt thing to do, you know, because we don't know what we are going to get. Like, you should be more honest. You know, I actually did watch videos. I did actually watch videos where people were actually getting their, like, doing unboxing videos and shit. I actually seen people, like, I watch a lot of unboxing videos of people unboxing their SH Monster Arts figures. I see a lot of fucking videos where they take it out of their boxes and take the plastic piece off where you keep it together, and when they come out of it and when they grab it, pieces just fall off anyway. Even when you even pick it up out of the box, pieces just fall off. Like, it's a fucking joke. Like, literally, it's a fucking joke, Bandai and Bluefin and Tamashi Nation. I think it's a fucking joke. You're actually giving us these figures, and other brands are doing way more better what you're actually fucking doing. Like Hire Toys, NECA, and everything else. That's why I'm actually thinking of in the future to actually go more towards buying figures from Hire now, buying Godzilla figures from Hire now, because I'm even thinking of you know, buying Shimu from there, and Shimu and Godzilla, the evolved version. Like, if you're not going to fix up your problem and get your fingers out of your fucking asses, right, and start fixing up this corrupt problem of yours with overpricing and giving us defected figures, we are not going to buy shit from you cunts no more. Like, seriously, we are not. We had enough. We had enough of us forking out nearly $1,000 for these figures, and even $100 for these figures, nearly $200 for these figures, for us to get shitted on. We had enough. We had enough.